Thank you very much, Jim, for those kind remarks. Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations to the class of 2018. Viola and Manuel last night tried to get some excitement out of the class of 2018. Let me try this. Are you excited to be here? I don't think that's going to cut it. We're going to try this one more time. But this time, I want the parents and the family members also to participate. Are you all excited to be here? Well, I'm delighted to be here in Rwanda celebrating my very first CMU-Africa commencement at Carnegie Mellon University, as Carnegie Mellon University's 10th president. I would like to begin by acknowledging the leadership of Dean Jim Garrett, our Dean of College of Engineering, and of course, the CMU-Africa Director, Dr. Vijay Bhagavutula, Kumar, and Jim. Thank you very much for all that you do, and thank you for your leadership. I'm also delighted to extend a warm welcome to several distinguished guests. This morning, we're honored to welcome the Honorable Dr. Isaac Munyakazi, who is Rwanda's Minister of State in charge of primary and secondary education. We are grateful that the government of Rwanda sought us out as a strategic partner in this great country's transformation. And more broadly, the wave of economic development sweeping across Africa. Their partnership has been instrumental in our success to date, and we're so pleased that Honorable Minister is here to offer his reflections with us later today. Thank you very much for joining us. As you heard earlier, we're also delighted to welcome another great partner, Rita Roy, President and CEO of MasterCard Foundation. We're delighted that Rita has agreed to be our commencement speaker. Since fall of 2016, MasterCard Foundation has been supporting academically talented students at CMU-Africa through their Scholars Program. By enhancing access to higher education and fostering broad social inclusion, they're investing in the future of young people and the future of Africa. This is a milestone year, as you heard, for the Scholar Program at CMU-Africa, as we celebrate the very first cohort of graduating MasterCard Foundation scholars. On this very, very special occasion, Rita, thank you very much for your visionary leadership with CMU and for your advocacy for Africa and for all these young people. Thank you very much. I'm also delighted, of course, to welcome and recognize the faculty, staff, and senior leadership from Carnegie Mellon, Pittsburgh, and CMU-Africa, and of course, the proud parents, family members, and friends of our graduate. Would all of our guests please join me in congratulating the class of 2018. On a very personal note, it's remarkable to see the CMU community here in Rwanda growing and thriving. Since we began our program in 2012, we have tripled our enrollment, and we're nearing the completion of our new 15-hectare campus in Kigali, Innovation City, which will transform the CMU experience for our students, for faculty, and staff of CMU-Africa. With several of my colleagues, we had the opportunity to tour the new space yesterday. It's just spectacular. I'm sorry to the graduating students, you won't enjoy it, but as alum, you can come back and spend time in the new building, new facility. On this, my inaugural visit to Rwanda, it's already clear to me that this community embodies the power of education to catalyze economic development and to improve the human condition. CMU-Africa also embraces our commitment to inclusion, reflected in a culture and climate that seeks, welcomes, and advances talented minds from diverse backgrounds. To our graduates, about 100 CMU-Africa's graduates from more than a dozen countries across the continent have come before you and have sat where you are sitting today. Today, the 45 graduates of the class of 2018, you claim your role in that tradition, joining more than, as Jim said, 110,000 alumni, CMU alum, in 130 countries around the world. By the way, you also represent our most diverse class to date, representing 6 African countries. Today, you take your first steps toward turning your passion, your creativity, ingenuity, and fearlessness into a lifetime of societal impact, personal fulfillment, and of course, professional success. Of course, this CMU legacy extends beyond just the past 6 years that CMU-Africa has been here in Rwanda. This past year, our global community celebrated CMU's 50th anniversary. This anniversary commemorates the merger of the Carnegie Institute of Technology and Mellon Institute of Industrial Research when we became the current university we're at, a comprehensive research university, Carnegie Mellon University. That was in 1967. Looking back, this was more than a merger. It was a defining moment that reshaped our intellectual and geographical ambitions, ultimately taking us from Pittsburgh all the way to Kigali, Rwanda. Throughout our history, our mission has been rooted in the idea that higher education in society is society's great equalizer, with the power to bridge social, economic, racial, and geographical divides like no other force. Nowhere is that more evident than here today in Rwanda, where the pace of economic growth and technological advancements have been truly remarkable. Through the country's transformative leadership, partners like the MasterCard Foundation, and ambitious students like you, Rwanda is helping to lead Africa's new economy. Just look at the recognition that CMU-Africa received earlier this year at a Facebook-sponsored event that was hosted here on campus, where 65 students from 10 countries participated in a cybersecurity-themed hackathon. And of course, we showed the world just how extraordinary our students really are. At the competition, 3 CMU-Africa students, Rahab, Yvonne, and Emmanuel, received the first place for their cybersecurity app. Give a clap. These winners were invited to Facebook's Developers Conference in San Jose, California a few months ago, where Alex Stamos, Facebook's Chief Security Officer, gave him a shout-out during his keynote on global security. Once again, please join me in congratulating these exceptional students. To the class of 2018, the world needs you, especially now. You're graduating at a pivotal time for humanity. Today, the acceleration of digital technologies and automation is causing unprecedented social disruption, not just here in Africa, but around the world. The result is an incredible paradigm shift affecting every sector of our economy, from transportation to healthcare to education, scientific discovery to business, and much, much more. Never has life been more complex or so full of potential, and more in need of CMU graduates like you. Thanks to the education that you received, as Dean Garrett mentioned, you're distinctly well prepared to define and manage the space where technology and humanity intersect. As you take charge of the future of this great continent, I challenge you to follow 3 principles rooted in CMU's mission and values. Number 1, be relentless in your pursuit of knowledge. Constantly rekindle the fires of curiosity, and don't be afraid to expand your horizons. When the landscape shifts beneath you, make the world your classroom, your canvas, your stage. Number 2, seek out a multitude of perspectives. I urge you to embrace and defend the free exchange of ideas. By exploring different identities and experiences, you will create better ideas and stronger solutions. And finally, number 3, embrace global citizenship, as you have. Being a global citizen means adopting a wide view of the world and your role in it. It also means thinking critically, acting entrepreneurially, working collaboratively, and responding with empathy and responsibility to humanity's most pressing challenges. Graduates, I'm truly excited for you, and I'm excited for the future which you hold in your hands. Thank you for allowing me to share this moment with you, and on behalf of the entire Carnegie Mellon community, congratulations and best wishes to the class of 2018.